All right, winding up our last help on the new book. This will be on lesson 2.4. And again, we're looking for strategy. So initially, we want to read it carefully. A survey, 800 students, yield the following information. 500 were seniors, 430 commuters, and 295 of the seniors were commuters. How many students were seniors but not commuters? So I think for something like this, what we've been using is a Venn diagram. So we have 800 students in our universe. Now, what we want is, what is the intersection of these two groups? These would be seniors and commuters. So this is 295. And we know the seniors were 509 and the commuters were 430. Okay, we've put this information into sort of an organized Venn diagram. So what do we need to figure? Well, we want to know how many were just seniors here, but not commuters. So we would subtract the 295 from the 509, and we get 214. So again, helping to organize and seeing this on a blue sheet too would give you partial credit, even if you don't get it completely correct. Now, in this one, again, you may have different strategies, but this is the one I'll suggest. We have 37 students altogether in a travel club, and I'd write that down somewhere. The Venn diagram shows how many students travel to Germany, France, and Spain. We want to find out how many students have only been to Spain. Now, notice much of this has been filled in. We don't know are those in the travel club that didn't go to any of the countries. That would be another kind of question they would ask. But 16 members, let's check this one out, visited Germany. So we have here 5, 10, 14, 16. So that's already in there. 18 have been to Spain. So we have 2, 7, 10. Now, Spain is 18. So it looks like this one would just be an 8 after we subtracted the 10. And that's the question they're asking. So we don't need to go any further. Our answer is 8. But again, other questions could have been asked. For instance, how many didn't go to any of these countries? You would add up all of this and then subtract it from 37. And this person had it right. We can see down at the bottom there, 8. All right, let's go on. Now, for this one, it's filling in the cardinal numbers depending on the symbolism that they're using. So we know the total of A here is going to be 32. And I would put a little check there. B is 38. C is 40. Now, the next one we want is the intersection of all three, and that is 16, which we're going to put right there. Now, we know the universe was 91. We can put that as a reference. Now, intersection between A and B is 21. So A and B is 21. Well, we already have 16. 16 from 21 is 5, so that will give us this number. A and C is 19, intersection. So this combination is going to be 19. We have 16, so there's our 3. So now we have that. B and C is 20. So we have 16, so that'll put 4 here. We now have that. And that's all our information. So how do we get these other numbers? Well, we're going to add up these 3, subtract it from 40, and that gives us 17. Add up these 3, subtract it from 32, and we get 8. Add up these 3, subtract it from 38, and we're going to get 13. And now when we add all of this up inside the circles and subtract it from 91, we get 25. Now again, I'm not showing all the detail, but we're going over a strategy of how putting where all 3 intersect and then using the cardinal numbers to get these others. Now in this next one, this student had this one incorrect. So let's see if we can get the right answer and the strategy to do it. So we're surveying 800. So if we make a Venn diagram here, a crude one, I'm assuming it's going to be like so, yield the following information. 590 were instructors. So this will be instructors. This is going to be 800 here. Instructors were 595. 430 were full-time faculty, and 340 of the instructors were full-time faculty. So these were instructors. This will be faculty. I guess these are adjuncts here. So this is going to be 430. So I pause the video here to do a little calculation. So our intersection was 340. So if we subtract 340 from 430, we get 90. And if we subtract 340 from 595, we get 255. So these would be what they're looking for. How many were instructors or full-time faculty? We want to include then these 3 numbers. If you add up these 3, it adds up to 685. Now, here, this person, I guess, got a little confused and just did the and. Well, we're looking for the or. There's the or, which is union, the union of these. The cardinal number of that union is 685. Now, they could have asked how many of the school employees were not instructors or full-time professors. We would have taken the 685, subtracted it from the 800. That would have been that answer. So depending what they're asking, let's go on. Now in this one, they have the Venn diagram filled in already. So there were 43 in the travel club. How many students have been only to Spain? And right there is only to Spain. How many have been to all three countries? 4. How many in this travel club have not been to these three countries? 5. If you add all of this up, subtract it from 43, it would be 5. So again, I'm moving perhaps a little quickly, but you need to really pause when you get these and answer what they're asking. And again, understanding how Venn diagrams work. Now I set this one up a little because I know we're dealing with 600. So there's our reference of 600. That's our universe or sample space. 408 were tour guides. 325 were retirees. And 235 of the tour guides were retirees. So that's our intersection. How many of the 600 survey were tour guides or retirees? So here, again, the key was, what is our intersection? Because now we have to subtract this from the 408, this from the 325, and then add all of these together, and that will add up to 498. And let me pause and do that. So filling in, after I subtract this from that, I get 173. Subtract this, I guess you can't see what I'm pointing to, this from that, I get 90. Adding these three together, I get 498, and this person had it correct. Now, as I read this one, I note that I'm going to have a Venn diagram that has 3 circles, and I have to put it somewhere. And to set it up, this will be English, this will be science, and this will be religion. So English is 33, science is 36. These are just reference numbers for now. And religion is 37. So I've got these 3 done. Now 2 took all 3, so that was our key. And then now I'm going to work on these, keeping in mind I want to find out at the end how many took English and science, but not religion. This person had it right. We know that's going to be 14, but let's see how to get that. Okay, so whatever strategy you're going to use, this one was a challenge. They're saying it's only medium, but I found it difficult. So again, by showing your Venn diagram and filling it as much as you can, I can give you partial credit. So we have 3 areas, so 3 circles. English is 33, science is 36, religion is 37. So I checked off these 3, and then I went to who took all 3, or how many, and it was 2. So I put the 2 there. Then I started here. 14 took English and religion. So English and religion are these two. I need a total here of 14. I have 2, so 12 goes there. I put a check there. 12 took science and religion. Science and religion, 12. 2 goes there. That was the all 3. So 2 from 12 is 10. Now they didn't ask us for this, but I added these 3 together, subtracted it from 37, and I got 13. Now the one that's kind of challenging is this one. 17 took English, but not science. Well, here I have 12 for religion, and then this 5 gives me my 17. That was a tricky one. Now, I had 5, 12, and 2. That adds up to 19. So what would this be if I subtract 19 from 33? And the answer is 14. So, how many students took English and, this is the intersection, science, which is right there, 14. All right, this one was a challenge. Here's another if you want to try it on your own. This is 10. This person had it correct. It's done in a very similar way. I just don't want to make this too long. And we did one like this also, where you match up your cardinal numbers to this. And we're looking, some of the members have not been to any of the 3. So you have to find how many went to France. Let's just fill this in a little bit more. Now, France is 18 here. So we're going to add this up. This is 9. And 2 and 3 is 12. From 18 leaves, this is 6. Now that I found this out, I add all of these up, subtract it from 44, and I'll move this down so you can see it. This would be 8 that did not go to any of the 3 countries down at the bottom. Again, we're looking for strategy, not trying to work every single one out, but strategy. And we'll clear this up, and I believe this is the last one. So again, we did one like this, and the answers are there. And if you want to check it out, do so. Okay, we'll wrap this up.